Coming to you live from the Black Goat 39 studios, this is the Guru Talking Sports. Hello, sports fans, and welcome. Welcome to podcast number 7. This is the Guru of Sports, and I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Today is a very special day. Today is April 4th, 2020. And if you've been following me on Facebook, I kind of gave up on the little tag I used to have on there, whatever days without sports. If you're counting the day, it's day 24. Tomorrow will be day 25 without sports, and it's been really, really rough on me. But I've been trying to do my best to give you what I can. First of all, I want to say thank you to last week's guest, Mr. David May. He's a scout for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's a former Major League Baseball player, and I just want to say thank you once again for his input to the program last weekend. Now, today's a very special day. I want to start with the opening arguments. I have the gavel here. Okay, open arguments. I just want to say thank you to everyone, and before I start open arguments, I should have started this before. I want to give you the platforms and everything that I do. You can find me at the Guru of Sports Show on YouTube, and that is the Guru of Sports Show. You can find that on YouTube. Facebook, Guru's Daily Shorts on Facebook. I comment, and all you want to do, comment and just come in and just speak your mind and say whatever you want to say on my page. If you want to, my page is actually on the El Briscoe as well. My Instagram is the Guru OS 39, and on there I usually put pictures of different things, mostly of the show and everything that I do. So you can hit me up on Instagram as well. Gmail, the Guru's Daily Shorts at gmail.com. I give you my Gmail address, but I won't give you my phone number because that's my phone number. I keep saying that. I tell you that all the time. Twitter, I'm at Goat39 on Twitter, and you can also follow my sidekick. He's Goaty. He's at BlackGoat39 on Twitter as well. Now, like I said, we're on different formats. We're on Spotify now, Spreaker, Pod Chasers, Deezer, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addicts, Castbox, Podomatics, iTunes, and welcome to the party. We're on iHeart as well. So if you are, wherever you get your podcast, you can download it and you can find me on those channels. I'll be on there. You can listen to past shows, comment, like, and subscribe to the show. I think it's pretty good. Like I said, most of the time I just sit here and I talk to you about things that's going on in sports. What I usually try to give you is not the non-regurgitated effort that everyone else probably spoke out or whatever. This is my take on sports, and this is what basically I'm going to give you my opinions and my things on sports. Like I said, hey, who am I? I write for a paper a website as well. And I want you guys to know that I do have a little bit of sports knowledge. That's why I'm called the Guru of Sports. Guru of Sports Knowledge as well. Now, opening arguments. Let's start with the NBA Hall of Fame. Now, the NBA Hall of Fame was announced earlier today around about like 12 noon. As expected, we knew who was basically going into the Hall of Fame. And we knew that Kobe Bryant would be one of the members of the NBA Hall of Fame for this season. Let's start with the other people that got into the Hall of Fame. We know Tim Duncan got into the Hall of Fame. We know Kevin Garnett, Tamika Catchings, Patrick Baumann got into the Hall of Fame. Kim Mulkey got in. Barbara Stevens got in. Eddie Sutton, which is a really, really good college coach. And you got to remember, he took 4 teams to the NCAA tournament in 4 different schools. Rudy Tomjanovich got in as well, the 2-time coach of the Houston Rockets. He also played for the Houston Rockets as well, and he was one of the members that got into the Hall of Fame today. Now let's start with the players that got in. Tamika Catchings, the 2012 WNBA champion. She was a 2011 WNBA MVP, a 5-time Defensive Player of the Year, an NCAA champion, a 10-time WNBA All-Star as well. Tamika Catchings was really great player. I had a chance to catch her in a couple games and see her live. She was really special. Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, he got in. 2008 NBA champion, 2004 NBA MVP, 2008 Defensive Player of the Year. You got to remember, he won that Defensive Player of the Year when he was playing with Boston in his first season at Boston. Olympic gold, one of the guys that has 25,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 5,000 assists. The big ticket, Kevin Garnett got in. Tim Duncan, 5-time NBA champion, 3 times final MVP, 2-time league MVP, 15-time All-Star, 97-98 Rookie of the Year. And he's one of only 3 guys to ever have 1,000 regular season wins. The other is Robert Parrish, the Chief, and my man Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, no doubt. All right, now the last member of the Hall of Fame, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on, because it's bittersweet for me today to think about this. And when I heard that the announcement was coming out today, I had to kind of look back and reflect back, because one of my favorite players, one of my all-time favorite greats, Kobe Bryant, got in, and they spoke to his wife today, and she said that this was like the pinnacle of his career, just going into the Hall of Fame. The tragedy is still pretty new, because you remember about a couple months ago we lost Kobe, and this is one of the things that comes from my heart. I really liked Kobe Bryant. I thought he was a great player, and one of the best players I ever seen in my lifetime. 5-time NBA champion, 2 times final MVP, 4th all time in career points. Remember, he had the 81-point game. He had the 60-point game in his finale. He had 6 60-point games in his career. The 18-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champion. He was 20 years with the Los Angeles Lakers, and believe me, I think I've seen him every single year from 1998 all the way up until the end of his career. When he came to Philadelphia, he was always ready to put on a show. And I would tell my wife and everything that let's sit down, enjoy the show, because tonight Kobe's going to show his ass, excuse the expression. He's going to show it, and definitely he did. He reminds me a little bit of I think Ted Williams, or one of the great baseball players from years ago, said that what they wanted to do was basically play their best and play their hardest and show that this is what I do. I don't want any kid to say, hey, look, I've never seen him play. He wasn't really great in that time. No, Kobe wanted to play great all the time. And Kobe did the things that made him great, because he wanted to leave everything that he had on the court. And from listening to a couple people today, they said that, Kobe, why do you miss the game or anything? He said, no, because I left it all on the court. And that's how Kobe was. He was one of the greatest to ever just step on the basketball court. Now, a lot of people say LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain. I gotta say, Kobe Bryant for me was probably one of the best players I've ever seen in my lifetime. With that, we're going to wrap up the basketball. But like I said, this has been very, very bittersweet for me today because I had to talk about Kobe Bryant. And every time I do mention his name, I get kind of a little, sad and foggy when it comes to it. One other thing I wanted to mention between Kobe Bryant and Tamika Catchings. They're both of their fathers played for the 76ers at the same time. So it's kind of ironic and then kind of special that Tamika Catchings and Kobe Bryant goes into the Hall of Fame at the same time. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was back in 1974, Hank Aaron steps up to the plate, hits home run number 714 on April 4th, 1974, which is a really, really big thing because back at that time, nobody thought that Babe Ruth's record would hold up. And you got to remember a couple days later, he broke his record with the 715th home run. Hank Aaron, to me, is probably still one of the greatest baseball players I've ever seen. Very, very, very key, low key manner. And he just wanted to go out and just play the game, which is something that I can respect him for. Didn't want all the hype, didn't want all the publicity or whatever. He just wanted to play the game. Hank Aaron is a great example of a great ball player, great baseball player as well. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the show, but I just wanted to mention to you guys that I really appreciate, you listening to the podcast. Enjoy, try to bring out everything that I can to make you guys, give you guys something special. And like I said, this is not regurgitated. These are my opinions. These are my facts. But then again, I usually just want to put a little bit of a spin on the sports world of what I do and what I think. Basically, what do I think? I think a lot. But then again, everybody's opinion is very, very, very special. So I respect that as well. Now, we got to say big props and get out of here, but we want to mention a few people. My man, Jeff Duarte at Cali Sports News, the website that I write for. I want to give big props to him. My man, Damian Adams, the real deal with Damian Adams. You got to check him out. My three wise men, MC Happy, the original pioneer. My man, Jeff Shepard, Hip Hop BC. Watch the program. It's awesome. Hip Hop Before Corporate is awesome. And my man, Kool Kyle, the original Star Child, Spec One. Big props and respect to you all. Now, like I said, you find me on those platforms. I will be back next week with some new sports stuff and maybe something that you haven't heard. Like I said, we're going to do stuff that's not regurgitated. We're going to give you stuff that's really, really cool. Like I said, find us on Spotify, Spreaker, Podchasers, Deezer, Google, Podcast Addicts, Castbox, Podomatics, iTunes, and welcome to the party, iHeartRadio. This has been the Guru of Sports talking to you, letting you know that we appreciate you and please stay safe during this time. This coronavirus thing and this, it's really, really taking its toll. Please stay safe and I'll talk to you next week. Take care of yourself. The Guru will see you real soon. Later.